from bottom to mid, it's going to be super important for them to actually do well in their lanes.
Smash the lanes, sporadical movements across the map. You have Ember, Clinks, Nature's Prophet.
You're fast.
You're very fast. You have global potential from the Nature's Prophet, so you can be on multiple places at the same time, making 2 moves like identically.
So the idea is be as many places at the same time as you can be, but there's only one place that we want to take all of you guys right now, and that's straight into the game.
Yeah, thank you, Rich, and we'll get right there ASAP as we get ourselves ready for game 2 of VP versus EG. Brian, we've seen the drafts again. It looks like another time round where VP, they're going to have the superior team fight, something that really came to their favor in that game 1, despite how close it was, and in fact, how much of a lead EG did have in the early game. I mean, what do you reckon about the outcome of this one? Fog, he seemed to be a real big fan of VP's lineup. Do you agree?
I'm a Drow fan. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. The only game I've seen Drow lose is to Secret when it was down like 5,000 net worth at 7 minutes. So, and that was a Drow mid. I think Drow is incredibly scary. They gave absolute last pick to Ramses in the off lane. I personally, you know, you ask me what I want to play off lane when I see a Drow, I really don't know. Prophet's one of the best options, and you said, you know, they have overwhelming team fight on the side of VP. EG had the Shaker going into last pick, and they decided to drop that plan of potentially team fighting stronger than VP and said, okay, we're going to split you up. We have 3 mobile, 2 off-map cores, and a Prophet to push lanes, right? Or you have an off-map Clinks Earthshaker, and then you're going to have Ember, Prophet showing in lanes. It's basically all EG to have superior, I just want to say faster map movements, such that if VP is ever able to walk down a lane with 4 or 5 heroes and not be pressured elsewhere, they can kind of just do whatever they want, I think. So the tempo of the game is going to be heavily decided by what EG does with their moves, because I think VP will kind of just have walk down lanes as their actual move, because with Drow Death Prophet, that's pretty much all you got to do, and they just say, hey, dare you to fight into us, we have Tree Ult, we have Phoenix Egg. It's very hard for EG to ever actually commit to a team fight.
Now we'll look at some of these lane setups that we've got coming out. No one this game on his mid DP against the GPK Ember. I mean, how are we going to see this one go down between the two?
I think it favors DP, maybe like 60-40. I think both heroes get what they want, but at the end of the day, Ember's way of threatening you is being up in your face, and Death Prophet loves that because she just Spirit Siphons you. And Ember doesn't have a way to actually break that Spirit Siphon, other than just walking away. But DP doesn't really kill you either. So I think it really comes down to if DP can get an earlier level 6, even slightly, right around the 5-minute catapult, and look to pressure the tower. Maybe with an Earth Sphere rotation while Ember's still level 5. I'll be keeping an eye out for that myself.
Obviously some early damage being done by no one. GPK gonna turn things.
He already uses nuke.
Not gonna get lucky with the change though. Catches onto the creeps.
Never lucky.
It's just this continued pressure hit. And no one's going to be able to dish out. Bottom lane, so as you said, Prophet, one of the better laners against a Drow. And does this mean that ILTW is going to have a rough time?
No, there's no such thing as a rough time in the safe lane, at least. The only time I saw Drow lose was mid.
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer, at least, especially when you have a support like Tree, who's just going to be in front, right? He's going to tank the hits for you. And the thing is, if you overstep even slightly on the side of EG, you're eating Frost Arrows, and you're eating the Tree first spell, where you just can't move. So you have to be very careful here, as even though Ramses is level 2, and the hero should do absolutely fine, I don't think there's such thing as actually shutting down a Drow safe lane when played properly.
I see a hit. Attempts onto him, but the Fisher from Crit will split him apart.
Yeah, that was well played by Crit there. Had to do it. Ramses can just TP base and come right back. That is one of the things about Drow, is she usually wears you down. Just this war of attrition where eventually she's hit you enough times that you can't give yourself enough regen. And one of the reasons why Nature's Prophet is one of the best matchups against her, because of that, you know, utilizing his TP cooldown as effectively, you know, an Ember Spirit Remnant and just coming right back to base, or coming right back to lane.
And this mid lane, still very close here between the two. Then 12 for 3 against the 11 for 1. No one having that slight edge.
I like that he used his nuke to get the last hit so that he could deny the range creep at the exact same time. So it's kind of funny, but he used a nuke to effectively get a deny. I like that. I like the little things mid laners do, because at the end of the day, if you get an extra 3 or 4 denies in lane, that can make or break these tier 1 mid laners and the timings they have. Because right now you see, he's on pace to get that level 6 slightly before GPK, being 4 denies ahead there. And at least from my knowledge, that's the most important part about this matchup in this specific game.
On top lane. Continued pressure here onto RTZ. Still been able to pick up the CS though in this lane, 11 and 2. In fact, may even find a killer as they'll turn towards Zayats. Living Armor coming out to help him out, but it's not enough heals as RTZ claims first blood here. On the same lane as the Clinks, and this hero, the Clinks carry. I mean, what is it that this is going to be able to achieve for EG? Why go for the RTZ Clinks in this game?
I'll be honest, I think they used it as like a pseudo egg hitter, but unless he goes like Manta, I don't really see how he plays this game, because he's going to BKB and then he's going to get overgrowth, right? In fights. So I think they have a really good lineup for playing on map with the Ember and Nature's Prophet, while he gets to play off map. So he's like a +1 to the heroes that are setting up the pushes and ganks for him. Clinks is just a lot of damage, right? He's like a bounty hunter that instead of giving his team track gold, does a ton of damage. And I'm surprised they went for this combo, because they nerfed the crap out of it in the previous patch that was 2 days ago. As Fly looks like he's going to be going down. Does indeed. Will they get the retribution kill? Body block from Zayat.
RTZ might just have this.
That's enough, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so EG gonna continue to be very happy with this setup. Doesn't matter if they're losing lives up here as long as it's not RTZ's, as RTZ's finding kills in return. Bottom lane, RTW and Solo will find crit. Ramsey's gonna get RTW in time in return. He will. So Ramsey's able to find the trade here on the bottom lane.
Yep, that's really important to bring down the Drow, even just once. It slows down the snowball effect of the lane, and the nice thing about Nature's Prophet is a lot of offlaners want to stay in lane for a bit longer when they're level 6. And Drow, when she gets level 6, she just out-trades, out-bullies any hero in the game, but Nature's Prophet happy to move around the map during that time, and then a hero like Earthshaker can just take over the lane and get some levels when the Drow pushes it in. As Fly, he's in the no-fly zone, as they will take him down.
Yeah, no difficulty at all for no one to get the damage done against Fly. In this stage for the Cypher, making the quick moves around this 5-minute bounty bridge spawn. So we get the bottle refill. And Zayats can turn to look back towards top. Definitely getting to be a hard lane to play into now, though, with RTZ. And hitting the 6, he's got the double Wraith bans. And as we've seen the last 2 times, they have got aggressive up there. They have ended up feeding kills away to the Clinks.
Yeah, the Clinks Enchantress combo, the level 4 enchant lost 700 health on the creeps, and used to also be able to Helm Dom creeps to give them more health, and that's not possible anymore. So there's no more of this free 500 damage, 700, or 3,000 health for the Clinks. But by no means it's an extra 500 health when he gets to max level on the Death Pact. So it's nothing to scoff at, but it's not nearly what it used to be. It does take the haste room. Crit does. I was very fortunate, as he is level 6 on Death Prophet before that of GPK, but he just gets it now. So that small window they had, he had even showed up on Earth Spirit to try to punish it, but they know that is no longer doable, as he's just going to let that catapult fall to the tower. Maybe he'll look. No, he actually just went 303 on Death Prophet. Probably went for that level 6 skill point the second he saw Ember get 6.
I'm gonna see if they can find something with the move down to mid. Yeah, may be able to catch out Ramses, or at least crit.
Seems like a pretty volatile lane bottom. Kills back and forth. They're trying to tilt that in their favor, because that'll kind of decide who takes the first tower.
And they've got 4 heroes down here, VP. With no one and Zayats coming in with a wraparound. Ramsey's trying to lead in onto Solo as the EG get aggressive, but there's the surprise from VP. No one and Zayats coming in from behind. Solo, is he going to fall? Will go down, but not before VP are able to get the kill first onto Ramses. Tips out as well here as VP start to make these moves, and as was talked about in the panel, this is where VP is at their strongest in this game. If they start making moves as even just the 4 of them, it's going to be very hard for EG to fight back.
Yeah, you can learn a lot about Dota watching these teams' movements, because the Death Prophet pressures mid tower, like she's the one that's naturally going to press towers on the side of VP, so EG commits a ton of resources there, and then vice versa. Nature Prophet pressures the towers, and VP ganks him. So both teams very aware of what enemy heroes are representing what threat, and doing their best to slow down the timing windows of everybody. The DP doesn't get mid, the Prophet doesn't get bottom, everything going according to plan for both teams in the sense of the defensive aspect. You know, if both teams had failed that, we'd probably see a dead mid tower for EG and a dead bottom tower for VP. Zayach, level 4 on Ember Spirit, not too bad. But at the end of the day, all 3 cores on EG, 3 of the top 4 net worths. This is kind of the story of last game too, though, right? Where VP has the stronger team fight, while EG wins the lanes. But GPK is not on Storm Spirit this time.
No, bit of a different one. Still a Spirit, nonetheless. Oh, yeah, definitely a hero that's not quite had the as unfortunate of a win rate as the Stormers have for him here at this LAN. It's crit. As we saw earlier there, that was the kill. They managed to get the 2 of them. It's no one underneath the tower. Top playing, Rezo playing aggressive, feeling confident now he's got the egg. Also with the backup of Zayach as they come in, they've got the lockdown onto Arteezy, holding him underneath the egg. He's trying to turn and kill it. Won't be able to do so before he ends up going down himself. Zayach, I mean, this guy, honestly, we saw it in game 1. This man's Spirit, he always hits the spot, you know, he's always there.
Arteezy was a tad slow to recognize the situation there. I've been all too familiar with this spot as we do see no one just diving crit in the mid lane. Should just take him down. The Spirit Siphon being a ton of damage.
He's getting a lot of kills. And then bottom lane again. Ramses goes down. The dive forward onto Rezo. Rezo trying to run away, but Fly is punching in. They'll take him out. GPK going to see if he can dive in for Solo as well. But Solo, he's back through the trees, juking it out. GPK, can he clear it out with the Remnant? He's put one down, but not really enough mana to play for this as he has to go for the TP back to base. Fly turning over towards Zayach, but Zayach has Solo coming over from the side. There's the jump back in from GPK, coming in as he's refueled from base. Solo actually dropping the ult here, just continuing to try and waste the time off the 2 of them. Ramses comes in with a TP. Solo turns with the last bit of life to heal up the tower, but he will still fall as EG get the kill.
Should be a tower for EG, but VP doing all they can to protect this. EG even being forced to fortify their own creeps.
I mean, mid lane
to secure this tower.
VP's taking the tower here mid, or at least putting pressure on it. No one with the Ghost. It's going to warrant some reactions from EG. Now Fly's a little scared of coming in.
Only level 4 on Earthshaker, no Echo Slam yet. As those 2 towers do inevitably fall for both squads, but both teams did do the necessary movements to slow down that process. But I would say this game's playing out about where both teams are happy with what's happening so far.
Still can punish no one. Arteezy coming out. Does get the silence on the 2 and then tries to turn with the Siphon. Wow. The 3 Siphon, they're keeping him alive. No one's going to be able to get himself away from that entire move made by the complete squad of EG. They will still dive on further forward, still looking for no one. No one's still running away. They catch him with the chains. They will be able to find him. He has to go pretty deep though. Can VP punish this? Dive forward from Resolution over towards Fly as Fly ticks down to the Fire Spirits. VP will find 1 in return. Crit level 6. He trapped them in. The Fisher, Zayach now caught in by the Sprout. EG, they'll claim a second. GPK with a double kill. The persistent pays off as they just dive in, find the 1. Maybe even looking towards Rezo. Rezo's a little tougher as he has the egg. Up top, ILTW straight out with the TP. They haven't got the damage between the 2 of them to get him in time.
Midas on Klings, huh? Makes sense. Similar to Ursa. He's going to have to participate in the game, but he also needs to scale. So I like this option for Arteezy. Pretty much mimicking what ILTW had in mind from last game. Earlier on when Arteezy died, it's this funny feeling you get in these games where you're like, I'm a level 7 Klings, super farmed, have my ultimate online, and this level 6 Phoenix is running at me. And then you realize about 5 seconds too late that you're like, oh, he's got help and I'm dead. And it's funny with, I think the same thing happened with No One there, where he sees this level 6 Earthshaker walking at him, and he's like, and then suddenly there's just 4 heroes on top of you. This feeling you get as a core when you don't think a hero should be running at you. This usually means something's up with the rest of the team. As VP was trying to get something done with a smoke there, had the Death Prophet ultimate on cooldown, but it looks like they are just thirsting for some kills. Maybe just trying to slow down EG's map control snowball, because the kill threat from EG's heroes is significant.
Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing here with the
low cooldown too.
And with a single target they can dish out.
Yeah, the only cooldown they rely on is Echo Slam, and right now, since he doesn't have a blink, that's a very small factor for deciding when EG can be aggressive or not. But Crit's getting some space to farm his blink. That's really important.
I might even find a kill to add to this as they'll look towards Solo.
Pump faking the fissure.
And Solo also pump faking the overgrowth. We'll finally drop it. but he's going to go down here. As Crit walks in, easy slam.
Of invisibility.
Yeah, he didn't want to fissure and then have the overgrowth be able to be used to disengage or TP, which was really cool. I like that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Because then the Earthshaker wouldn't have been able to walk up to him before he TP'd away.
Radiant structures are
Very
fortified.
funny mind games going on there, bottom lane. As Ziyech might be setting up on Ramses, assuming that Crit probably left after getting that kill. So maybe he'll wait for Solo to respawn. Maybe he'll get a single TP. He's getting a TP from the Phoenix as Ramses is playing it cautiously, but they could potentially catch him.
And they're TPing over towards the mid lane to try and defend as well, BP, but EG's diving in. They get the chains onto no one. No one. It's going to turn his attention towards Fly, trying to chase, but the enchant will slow no one down. Crit's also around with a Fissure available, so no one cannot commit any further. They'll be able to hold on to the tower, though, pushing EG back for now.
Working on a Yules on GPK. Pretty much the only way they kill him is silences and the root from trees, so he's pretty much invincible as long as he has that Yules available.
Are scanning.
They've definitely got to be careful though with the quantity of silences, right? And there's going to be ways that VP will be able to catch people on the way down after they've removed that silence with the Yules. Just checking out the pit area. 500 to go for that Yules on GPK, so until that moment in time, he's got to play careful. Find himself a DD though for the next fight, bottled up. As this goes on, continue farm for Ramses as he's the man leading the way this game on his Prophet. Also getting a lot of space down here on the bottom lane, whilst VP, they are starting to make moves towards him. Rezo and Zayet's on the hunt again, but I see Ramses playing this very smartly. It's very hard to catch him out, and his farm looking good. The Orchid's going to be done at a very quick time this game as the Prophet.
He knows he's the primary target. He's going to be taking the most aggressive farm. Klinx is going to be farming the triangle, and then Ember's got a Yules queued up, so he's the easiest target for VP that matters, is what I mean by the prime target. So Ramsey's very smart about his showing on the map or not. He knows if he were to just farm that lane that he would be food for the VP supports. Something that takes a lot of game sense is knowing that you want to farm bottom, but knowing you're not safe enough to farm it and just standing there until the opponent eventually sows somewhere else, such that you can do so. It's hard to have that discipline. You see those creeps in front of you and it's like,
yeah,
gold.
You want to touch them, you want to get those kills, get that money. But if you do, it could cost you your life. As EG, they've got the 3 big pickups now across the key players. The Yules on GPK, so we can play more aggressive. The Blink Dagger on Crit, and the Orchid on Ramses. So they've got all the tools to make the plays now against VP in this early game.
And they got Midas on Arteezy, so we can farm for next game, am I right?
There's the dream. And after that, Midas, as we saw, going for the Deso on the Klinx. See mid lane. And then they're going to try and get it onto GPK, but I won't find him. He's out with the Remnants. Have to make sure they get that initial connection, and even then, as we said, with that Yules done, it's going to be hard to really finish him off unless GPK is overstepping the mark, getting aggressive himself. Another bottle of refill for GPK. And so with the Deso on Arteezy, he's still going to be quite vulnerable, right? Like, is he going to be able to get away with this? Not going for any defensive item early on? Or is that a risk?
It's coming down to the way EG starts fights and the way they play the map, right? Right now, they're orienting the map in a way that Arteezy always has 1 or 2 ally heroes in the path between him and VP. So the only way they can punish the Deso is if they manage to smoke and find him. But he knows VP's playing bottom right now, so he's safe. Like, even though usually this is the most dangerous part of the map because this is where the opponent plays, it's the opposite in this case. He's just going to mirror the movements of the opponent team. And as long as he's actually queuing up the MKB.
Yeah, he's changed it up. Did have the Deso queued up earlier, but opted for the MKB instead. And Ramses, this is going to be a free catch here for VP, getting in on their side of the map, getting the kill on the Prophet. But yeah, the MKB just a favorable item decision this game rather than Deso in terms of straight damage?
Well, so minus armor doesn't counter armor, right? The more armor they have, the less impactful minus armor is. So Treant living armor, very annoying to deal with as a Klinx because you're actually doing, he's gonna have leftover armor from the tree armor still. So that Deso, usually when it brings them from like 10 armor to 4, amps your damage by a ton, but it's different when you go from 20 armor to 14, for instance. As we see top lane,
Looking to get the roll in. Crits there with the counterplay, starting to lock Zayas down. EG, they're losing RTZ though. There's Sunray from Resolution. Supernova out as well. RTZ just straight up dead. Zayas will end up going down. But VP, they're going to be able to find the two of them by the looks of it. Crit, is he going to get out in time? The Fire Spirit won't catch him, so Crit will survive. The rest of EG's turned up, silenced out, onto Resolution. They're blocking him in as well as Rezo will fall. EG will make sure that they get vengeance there for losing RTZ. They take the 3 lives of VP.
Top tower.
yeah, it's different when VP's kind of forced to scramble to save somebody else. That was an Earthshaker plus Clinks engaging onto somebody. Might have looked like EG took a little bit too long to get the kill, but even though they lose RTZ in the process, they lose both supports and the offlane on the side of VP. And the MK, not only that about the armor, but it's also a bit of attack speed against the Fire Spirit egg of the Phoenix, while the Deso gives you no attack speed. So I think that might have gone into his consideration as well. Drow's ultimate also gives her entire ranged team armor because you're giving them free agility, right? So at that point, it might just be better to go for the proc.
Oh, catch here. He has got his jewels to remove the silence. Necessary, there it comes. The Zayas got the follow-up stun. Oh, GPK's out. Remnant was placed out in preparation as he plays himself away, and EG actually going to try and hit back now. They're coming in with a 3-man smoke. Roshan's going to be the focus for VP as EG coming in. And they don't have vision around this area. They may not quite expect this Roche to be going down. They're going to head over in time. It's falling quickly. They're committing the Ghost. GPK has spotted it out, though. So EG, they're heading over. Can they push VP out of the pit?
Sunray heal. I don't think they can engage into this. They might try, though.
Can anybody make a jump in? On the side here, RTZ turns towards Zayas. Will be able to get the kill, but the Roshan's gone down. Aegis is still on the floor. Who's going to be able to pick it up? ILTW finally grabs it. Now with the dive across, RTZ's burning down to all the fire. RTZ just dies at the front line of the fight. No one. He's still keeping himself alive with the Siphon. Yules is up. He's back up to full HP. No one. They can't kill him off in time. They're trying to chase ILTW. The silence from no one catches onto GPK and Ramses. Yules control onto the Death Prophet. He's been surrounded. No one left behind by the rest of his team, and GPK is ready to try and dive on for more. ILTW tries to hold the high ground with the multi-shot, but they lose resolution. So EG not able to stop VP from getting the Roshan, but they are able to come in and get 3 kills with it. There's another 6K lead it.
That's weird. They got Roche on the side of VP, but they're actually losing out on
They lost that fight big time.
Yeah.
4 people dying subsequently. 6K lead now for EG. Only losing RTZ at the front of that fight, but the other cores remain alive. Ramses at the top. He's going to have a BKB shortly done.
And long fights absolutely favor EG because other than the Echo Slam, they like I said, they're just all low cooldown. The VP, once the DP ultimate's out, once the Phoenix Egg, the Tree and ulti have been used, their team fight's rather lackluster. So as long as EG is able to kite those initial spells, you're going to see exactly what happened in that last team fight. That Essence Ring paying some serious dividends for GPK here.
Yeah, just constantly getting him out of tough situations.
It's just letting him save his Yules, right? Because you're instead of being at 400 health where you may be 1 or 2 nukes from dead, you're sitting at 800 health, completely comfortable to hold your Yules to the opportune moment. Just making him that much harder. Because like you said, when he uses his Yules, if he uses a bit too early, they might just punish him on the way down with another silence. Halberd done on Rezo. He's quite farmed on the Phoenix. Bottom of the net worth of all the cores, but Phoenix just gets so much out of every item, it feels like. I say he's quite farmed. I don't know, it's a weird hero, because when I see Yules plus, or when I see Veil plus Halberd on Phoenix, I'm actually scared of that hero. You know, there's a lot of offlaners with just, 2 smallish items, and you're not too afraid of what they can offer in a team fight, but that Veil does so much damage, and if he gets the Halberd off before the Clinks can hit the egg, for instance, then suddenly that egg is not going to die.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in that last fight, RTZ, he just melted to the damage output of Rezo. And Rezo
Literally.
does so much right now, to the fire of the Phoenix.
Okay, so look like VP is trying to make use of this Aegis. Drow pushing the bottom lane by herself as the team collapses into this lane. Will they catch Fly? Most likely. Well, he escapes just in time. I think the Drow kind of telegraphed it by showing in lane. He's like, why would this Drow be here? Team must all be behind her.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As he has the Hurricane Pike plus the Grove Bow on Drow, so we basically have a sniper that hits through armor. Thank you.
Here goes Zayat. Doesn't get the slow onto Ramsey still. Closing the gap on him. Ramsey has the BKB though. So can opt for the BKB TP out. And he'll do exactly that. Nothing to put a stop to that. The River Crypt, he did actually try and come across to help Ramses out.
This is the Phoenix.
Ramses didn't need any help.
Yeah, he missed the Phoenix with the fissure. He tried to get both, and allowed the Sun Ray to continue channeling, and that's about a bajillion damage. I think that's the estimate I gave when I looked up the numbers.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah. He actually died like full to zero just to a Sun Ray. That spell's pretty nutty. It does more damage over time. I didn't know that for a long time. Like, the longer you hold it, the more damage it does.
Okay. Yeah, okay. No, it's...
Radiant.
I mean, that spell just seems to do so much damage at just all stages when it's at high level.
Yeah, any percent-based spells are deceivingly ridiculous.
Dire's
As
middle
RTZ
tower is under
lost his
attack.
courier, I think that had the MKB on it.
Yeah,
That's
it must
pretty
have done.
big.
He was
Radiant's
able to get
bottom
away
tower is
as
under
he was a
attack.
little spooked out by Zayat showing in this top lane. Yeah, RTZ, I mean, all three cores of EG still having very solid farm.
He just has no mana regen, really, on RTZ.
Yeah, and they don't have any mana boots, I think, right, on EG?
Believe you are correct there.
So yeah, purely reliant on just getting these clarities out right now, RTZ, to make sure that he's going to be able to play in the fights.
That 7-second Ghost Walk talent's pretty insane on Clinks. Usually you feel awkward coming out of your Ghost Walk if you've used it in the last like 5 seconds, but now there's just, that's quality of life buff with that level 15 talent. Drow queuing up the Manta. Very nice game for Manta. The only thing that threatens him through Manta is the Earthshaker Echo, and I will be genuinely impressed if Crit manages to find LIOTW with that Echo Slam. As the Aegis does expire, will EG look to punish us at all? Appears like they're content to just keep splitting the map, out-farming VP. Very similar story to the first game.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Quick TP's over towards mid. They want to try and punish.
Radiant's
Because he'll be able to use up and they catch him on the way down though with a further silence. Crit throws out a Fisher to buy some time, but there's another silence. They've just got so many silences.
The TP from the DP was really important there. Yeah, if he didn't show up at that exact moment, he would have gotten out.
Yeah, they needed that final silence from him, and now with the Yules to cancel Crit's TP. And this is the power of VP's lineup. They can play very fast in return now that they've got these levels. They have their catches with the Yule Scepters. And you can see that RTZ, yeah, straight for the BKB after the MKB. Without the BKB, he's still incredibly vulnerable in these fights when he turns up as the Clinks. Rezo. On to Sam. He's got help coming in. He's going to pop the Supernova. Ramses, he's just going to commit with the BKB to take down the egg. Is it going to pay off? It is. Ramses, he's able to take down the Supernova alone. Turns over towards Zayat. No one. He's coming in from the back, though, with the Ghost as he's on top of RTZ. RTZ's dead for this. No one able to swing around, fight back with the Exorcism. And they've even got the creep wave in a good position down bottom. They can get some pressure onto this tier 2 as well with the Ghost if they want. It looks like they want to back off. They don't want to try and push in. 4 members still up on EG.
It's kind of cool, this concept that EG had with their draft where they have a Clinks, right? He has Strafe, and Strafe gives you 100% evasion against ranged attacks. And then they picked the Shaker. So they said, okay, you don't really want to pick a melee hero to go on the Clinks because the Shaker can punish that. But if you pick a ranged hero, then the Clinks is very survivable against that. But Drow has multi-shot, which cannot miss. And then DP has Ghost, which cannot miss. So both of these are ranged DPSers that aren't necessarily easy to Echo Slam, but they can still kill the Clinks through his survivability mechanic. I think it's just really cool to see like how precise these two picks have to be, or like the reason why they pick them, and seeing it play out there, even though they're still down by 7K, for some reason it just doesn't quite feel like that for VP.
I think especially after we just saw what they were able to do in game 1, right, whilst being behind. You know, this is another game where they do have that similar ability to really get back in and still get themselves a win because of their lineup. Because of their ability to fight in the full 5v5s, which we still are just yet to really see at the moment. This, for the most part, has been sort of 2s versus 3s. Now EG are starting to stick more as a 5 as they all come into VP's jungle. They've taken full vision control of this area as VP have no eyes on this.
The way the game looks is usually determined by the lineup that's winning, right? EG has the very split push heavy, single target based lineup. They're winning, so we're hardly going to see any team fights if they can make sure that if they choose otherwise, I guess you could say, like, they don't want these fights to happen, because as you saw when the A at the Roche pit, if the egg goes off, the initial volley is very hard to deal with. But EG's done a great job of kiting it. Their itemization's great, especially on the Ember, the way he's playing up in front, so that VP's forced to pop their spells defensively. But as you see, he just wants to get in, but make sure he's able to get out with a Yules and a BKB. As VP is trying to do a little bit of mirroring on the map, pressuring top, but it is a tad late. EG's already taken bottom tier 2, also taken over the outpost. Very crucial, 28 minutes in, that 30-minute outpost experience. So if VP doesn't get to that top tier 2, they're going to get a double outpost.
That's quick pressure here from EG, straight down the mid. Living armor, helping out a little bit, and in fact enough to stop them from taking this tower for now. Jump forward for Zayas as he rolls in onto Ramsey, trying to force out a BKB. The silence from the Death Prophet catches the two of them. Ramsey's starting to get held low. He's still holding on to that BKB charge. They'll turn.
Good discipline.
The Lotus setting up, using up GPK himself. He's trying to go back in onto Zayas. Doesn't get the root onto the Earth Spirit, only onto the Death Prophet. As no one, he's actually dropping the Exorcism. He's ready to run forward. Ramsey's out with the BKB TP before Zayas gets in with the boulder. EG's starting to disengage. No one can he actually catch anyone here as he's charging in. Found GPK.
He has a BKB and a Yules.
Yeah, he's got multiple ways out of this GPK, so should be more than fine as he's out of there. With the Ghost, though, they'll try and step back towards Roshan, but Roshan, the respawn's still not there for 40 seconds, so this Exorcism isn't going to do anything more than just scare EG away from the tier 2. They can't do anything aggressive with it, VP.
Yeah, EG should smoke up right away, and they do. They are ready to punish this long cooldown. The GPK is doing such a good job of forcing the defensive spells out and then getting out. Really love his item build, love the way he's playing.
Let's see what they can find here. EG, oh, no one. He steps up, Crip. Found the lead in with the Fisher, tried to jump forward, but LTW's down the high ground. The silence catches out GPK, he's up in the air, back down, they've got the follow-up, it's going to force out the BKB charge from GPK. EG's got to be careful now, they weren't able to get the jump in they wanted. Fly's going to be left behind, kicked back by Zayas. He's got the heals off, forces to the side though. Fly, can he outdo the damage from the burn? He can't with the Veil buff. He dies too quickly. Zayas rolling in aggressively here to the lineup of EG, trying to catch more for the side of VP. Can they get anything? He's been silenced on the side. They've isolated GPK. Another jump out to the side using both remnants to get out of there. Crip, he's come back in with the Echo Slam. It's enough to burn down Zayas, but now he's going to get burned himself. Crip will fall. So VP almost just totally prepared there for EG to make that quick smoke whilst no one hadn't got the Exorcism. And they'll be able to make sure that they're in position to fight back against EG, trying to look to abuse that opening of the Exorcism being offline.
Yeah, I think this game might fall into the hands of Ramses. I think he's going to have to be the one that just absolutely carries the crap out of this game. He's got BKB, Halberd, Orchid, queuing up the AC. Usually after that, you see like a Satanic Mjolnir, you know, or even Satanic MKB, Satanic Rapier. Just man the F up on the Nature's Prophet, because right now, the damage output for EG seems to be lacking. Lynx has a hard time doing the damage he wants to do, and even though VP's having a tough time forcing the issue and their net worth is slowly trickling away from them, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like anyone on VP dies. Like, they just have so much survivability, even just the Ghost Scepter from Zayas.
See around the pit, VP ready to commit with the Exorcism. No one holding his ground. EG, they're up as 5. Can they do anything to stop this? Sprout out and Fisher as well, bringing Nolan down to half HP. Reza diving in deep, he's going to pop the Supernova, trying to create the space for them to finish it, and it'll be enough. They take the Roche, they get the Aegis on RTW, the Overgrowth, holding Ramses in place through the BKB. The Supernova successful. Ramses, he's trying to run up to the high ground, but the BKB comes to an end. Zayas gives him a kick to the face as Ramses falls to the floor. They get themselves the Roshan, they kill off the Prophet. VP still behind in net worth, but continuing to make these strong team plays.
This is such deja vu.
RTW
game, man.
He's right. Whoa. Okay. Maybe a bit of an Aegis bait. Can they turn this around? VP still. They're trying to come back in on this, but no one. He hasn't got Exorcism. RTW from the low ground, kicking out with the multi-shot. RTZ and GPK commit with the BKB. No one buys time as he self-heals with the sleight of fist. Cuts him down. Zayas getting focused. The kick over onto RTZ. BKB comes to an end. As he falls. GPK, he's tossed up into the air. Comes back down. Another sleight of fist comes out, but they've lost 3. VP, they've found 4. GPK gets out, but the Aegis bait, it worked out. RTW just walks into them. EG, just like us, they're like, what is he doing? They get the kill, but VP, it was all part of the plan.
Yeah, that, I honestly can't tell if that was intentional or not. I usually try to give players the benefit of the doubt and be like, wow, that was just a sick play, but maybe VP just helped ILTW more than EG thought they were prepared to do since the Death Prophet Ultimate was on cooldown. But I don't know, man. Klinks just can't stand toe-to-toe with this lineup. He doesn't do enough damage to bring anyone down instantly. And even though he has that strafe plus BKB, that Drow multi-shot took like half his health off.
And it's got to be a bit of a worry, right? That if you're EG and you've got these BKBs and you're starting to lose fights when the BKBs are their longest durations. Like, this game isn't going to get any safer for you because of the fact that you've gone for these BKBs as, you know, sort of this, in this early mid-game. The game's only going to get tougher against this full magic lineup of VP.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the way they've reworked Drow, honestly, it might be all the base armor, it might be the stat gains they've given her, I'm not entirely sure, but she's a hero that used to have to buy BKB at this stage in the game, and now you just don't. Like, you can delay it till 3rd, 4th item at the earliest, and then you do damage through BKB as well. So people have to buy a BKB against you, and then you still kill them. So that's part of it that makes her innately broken to me. As Arteezy does eat that Klinks, or that Enchantress creep. Didn't get to see how much damage he had, but sure, it's not nearly as good as it used to be with all those nerfs that came out to the Enchantress second spell. Still number 1 net worth is Ramses, but even when they were down by 11k, man, I don't know, something about this game tells me VP's kind of in control right now, and they feel confident about this game moving forward.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they just had a bit of a better time at taking these big objectives, controlling Roshan. And we are seeing these team fights just, when they are in the full 5-on-5, favor VP each time.
There's a Scotty on Drow, delaying that BKB even further.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
which is
tower
just a beautiful thing to be able to do as a carry. 10-second BKB at 45 minutes in the game can be pretty insane if you're able to prolong the purchase for that amount of time. As looks like Arteezy's looking, but he's gonna find no one. He found no one, but then he didn't. Okay.
I see what you did there, Brian.
Thank you.
That's an original one.
Yeah, very.
Well, here comes the smoke, VP. They've got all their ults ready to go again. GPK's got the full Aghanims. So a little better way to jump in and out, play around the long reach of the silences that VP's kicking out in the fights if he can double zip past them.
Or both sides are smoked,
yeah.
I say.
So who gets the jump? VP playing a little careful now that they know that EG's trying to poke themselves around this mid lane. And EG will start to show bottom, leading the push with Ramses. VP may try and swing across on this, but there is the vision advantage here for EG. They've got the better observer placement. Zayat, he's caught on the front. Gets the Ghost Step drop in time, still goes down. The egg comes out to the side. They're going to focus straight towards it, and they've got enough hits to take it out. The egg will fall. Now they can claim more as they go over towards Solo. Buybacks coming out. 3 buybacks, in fact, from VP. They want to keep ILTW safe as he's being focused by Arteezy and GPK. They've lost the Drow. Zayat, can he bring these heroes down in return? The Magnetide's bringing Arteezy low. Arteezy's trying to run. Oh, dives across. Arteezy gets a final burst of HP, but it isn't enough to keep him alive. Arteezy goes down. Crit drops the Echo straight on top of no one. No one will fall. The DP and the Drow out for 70 seconds. As EG, they can look to clean up more. Sprout out onto Solo. That's a dive back on the tree. Diving in, chasing Resolution right back to the base. He's surrounded. Crit jumps forward. That extra lockdown as he pops the enchant totem. Another self yours. Rezo trying to get himself away, but the silence is out. Rezo is down. That's a double dieback. It's 4 heroes dead on VP. None of them with buyback available.
That is, just as I was saying, it felt like VP controls this game. EG says no, as the net worth lead went from 5k to 20k with all of those buybacks, and I think 7 or 8 heroes died for VP there.
Yeah, look at that swing there. The game started to head back towards VP's favor, but that whole play, the buybacks, and then proceeding to lose the fight, that hurts them hard as now EG, they're ready to try and close this one up. 20 seconds and VP will have both no one and ILTW back in the game. That might not be soon enough. Tier 4s are falling. The second tier 4 down, the Ancient exposed.
Okay.
Is there anything Zard can do to push them away? He's trying to get out to stop them, but EG, they're just looking to close this up. BKB is a pop, they focus the Ancient. GG is called, and EG will be able to close.